Okay, this will be an interesting one. It's pretty boring and it has got a tragic um, image on its front cover. Soon find out what it is. But it's something that does have something to do with me, this tragedy that's been documented. It's a tragedy that, it could have happened to me because I'm using it. I use it, folks. And I've used it on many occasions, no, I don't say many occasions, but on a few occasions over the years. It's really could have happened to me and didn't. I'm so grateful it didn't. I'm grateful, very grateful, extremely, it's too much. So extremely grateful that I never got involved in something of this nature. Fortunately, it didn't happen. It could have happened, but it didn't. I'm grateful, forever grateful. Anyway, it is a Daily Telegraph, and you can see this is the recent XPT train crash to Melbourne, and I've been on that trip. I've been on the XPT to Melbourne, so you can see I relate to that, but I'm not worried. I do believe that there is something looking after me and that I'm not going to end up in a train crash, in a train wreck. So it's not going to happen to me. But I'm very grateful I'm not the people on that trip that died. I'm very grateful that I'm not the people, that I was not born to be the people of this train crash. I'm really grateful, folks. I've actually learned to love who I am because I do have a bright future. I sense it, folks, and I'm going to die, not going to die a miserable existence. I believe I've got a lot of work to do in this world to help the human race. Now that looks interesting. It looks a bit wishy-washy, but I think we could darken it. But basically, I am grateful for my existence, folks. I'm very grateful. And I'm really glad that I'm not the people in this crash. Otherwise, I'd have nothing to be grateful for. I've got to try and enlarge, maybe on the horizontal. But basically, I'm just glad. I'm just so glad. And I'm so glad to be alive, folks. Even though there are times when I feel really down and depressed, I'm really grateful for my future. I've had a really dark past, folks, as well. So I've had a really dark existence where I've actually been in the situation where I've wished I could have been somebody else instead of me. But I've learned to not think like that now. I've learned to believe that I can be myself. And I know one thing I forgot to do was ramp up the colours. That might have contributed to this being really wishy-washy. But yeah, I'm just grateful I'm not one of those crash victims, alive or otherwise. That'll be really scary. And I'm going to go back on the XPT onto Brisbane. I'm going to Brizzy, so I'll be on the train, but I won't be afraid, folks. I'm not going to be afraid. I'm not going to let this crash en route to Melbourne spook me. It's not going to scare me, folks. I'm not going to let it. I'm not going to stop catching XPTs just because of a crash. Let's see how we go. It's a really nice journey, especially going to Brizzy. The Melbourne journey compared with Brisbane is boring, but it's still quite a nice. There are some nice bits. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. That looks nice and coloured now. That looks really good, even though it's a fucking tragedy. But I'm so glad I'm not on that. I wasn't on that train. So glad. Or that I wasn't one of the victims. I mean, it's really fun going on the train, although I like the coach better. But of course, coach travel is probably more dangerous than train travel because you're using the road. and the road is considered more dangerous than rail. Rail is normally considered relatively safe compared with road, and I love road journeys even more. I do like the XPT, but I do prefer the road, to be honest, either by bus or by car. So I'm going to go up to Brizzy. I'm going to probably shoot some demos up there at some of the libraries that they have. So I'm going to shoot some public demos and get that sorted, get them up to YouTube and social media, just to add a little bit of a change from these bedroom demos that I do. So it'd be nice to do something a little bit different. But yeah, my heart goes out to those people who survived and the people who died and the families that have to deal with the destruction, the death. So yeah, I just hope they're all okay and that the family somehow, especially the families of those who died, because it's really sad, you know. They're all going to have a fun time. They're planning on obviously having, chances are, I don't know why they went on the XPT, but everyone has a story. And what a horrible way for a holiday, whether it be the end of the holiday or just the beginning. But we all have to somehow find our own voice and find our own future. Gotta go.